Your phone's camera might be lying to you about what it sees. You probably think that when you shoot a video, especially a vertical one, you're capturing exactly what your eye sees. But you're not. Your phone's lens has a wide field of view, far more than what ends up in your final clip. And for vertical video, that unused space has always been a real problem, forcing awkward choices. Until now. Because a new AI tool is claiming to finally fix it, and it could change how every vertical video looks online. The tool is Seedance 2.5, and its big promise is solving the vertical video problem, specifically the more room to move feature. What happened is, they announced an update claiming their AI can now effectively uncrop vertical videos, making motion feel more natural, even if the original shot was tight. This isn't just about automatically reframing a shot. It's about generating new visual information outside the original frame to make it look like the camera itself moved or zoomed out. Imagine shooting a concert on your phone vertically, and your favorite artist moves just out of frame. Seedance 2.5 claims it can bring them back into view without making it look like a cheap digital zoom or a bad edit. So, how does it actually do this? Think of it like a smart, artistic editor who can draw. When you give Seedance 2.5 a vertical video, it first analyzes every frame. It identifies what's happening, where the main subject is, and how they're moving. Then, here's the clever part. It doesn't just zoom out the existing pixels. It uses a generative AI model, similar to how image generation works, to fill in the missing parts of the scene. It predicts what should be there based on the edges of your existing video and its understanding of the world. If there's a wall, it extends the wall. If there's a crowd, it generates more crowd. It's not guessing randomly. It's reconstructing the scene, frame by frame, as if you had filmed with a much wider lens in the first place. This reconstruction happens across time as well. It doesn't just look at one frame, it considers the motion from the previous frames and the frames coming next. This temporal understanding is crucial because it ensures the generated parts of the video are consistent and don't flicker or look unnatural as things move. The AI is essentially creating a cohesive, expanded narrative of what was just outside your original frame. It's a much more sophisticated process than simply blurring the edges or mirroring content, which is what many basic tools do. That's why Seedance 2.5 claims more room to move feels genuinely different. Now, why does this matter to you? Think about how you share videos. Most of us shoot horizontally, then crop vertically for social media feeds like TikTok or Instagram stories. This means you often lose half your shot, or worse, cut off someone's head. Seedance 2.5 could entirely change that workflow. Instead of agonizing over the crop, you could shoot wider, then let the AI intelligently reframe and even expand your vertical output, giving you more flexibility after filming. This means less time editing, less compromise on your original vision, and ultimately, better-looking vertical content with less effort. It could make your social media videos feel more polished, more professional, and more engaging without needing a full production crew. But there's a deeper implication here for privacy. Imagine recording something, and later, an AI expands that video to show things you explicitly chose not to film. Your phone's lens sees much more than what hits record. Right now, that data is mostly discarded. But as tools like Seedance become more powerful, the ability to reconstruct what was just outside the frame could have implications for personal privacy. If you film a public space and the AI can generate credible details of people or signage that were just off camera, does that change the nature of consent or expectation of privacy? It's a frontier we're only just beginning to navigate, and it goes beyond simply improving your vacation videos. And it brings us to a more immediate question. Who really wins with this tech, and who loses out? The obvious winners here are content creators, especially those focused on short-form vertical video. Influencers, YouTubers making shorts, or anyone trying to make their TikToks stand out will find this incredibly useful. It lowers the barrier to producing high-quality, dynamically framed vertical content. Small businesses making promotional videos on a budget also benefit, as they can get more mileage out of their existing footage. Essentially, anyone who films with a phone and wants more control and quality in their vertical output gains. It democratizes sophisticated reframing that used to require dedicated camera operators or expensive post-production. But what about the other side of that coin? The losers are harder to pinpoint directly, but there are areas of concern. For one, if an AI is generating visual information, how real is the final video? This blurs the line between captured reality and generated content, which could be exploited for misinformation. While Seedance 2.5 is designed for aesthetic improvement, the underlying technology could be repurposed. Also, professional editors and videographers who specialize in complex reframing or multi-camera setups might see some of their entry-level work automated. It's not taking away high-end production, but it's definitely eating into the simpler tasks. The honest catch, though, is that AI generation still isn't perfect. The biggest limitation is that while Seedance 2.5 is good, it's not magic. It can't invent something completely out of thin air if there's no contextual information at all. If the edge of your frame is a blank wall, it will extend a blank wall. But if it's a person who suddenly disappears, the AI might struggle to consistently generate a convincing continuation without making them look distorted or out of place. There are still artifacts, especially in very complex or fast-moving scenes where the AI has less data to work with. It's a remarkable step forward, but it won't flawlessly solve every single out-of-frame problem. You still need good source material for the best results. The AI works best when there's some hint of what's missing. What does this mean for the future of video itself? This technology points to a future where what you capture with your camera is just a starting point. The raw footage becomes a seed for AI to reinterpret, expand, and transform. We're moving beyond simple filters and basic edits into a world where AI actively co-creates your content with you. This isn't just about vertical video, it's a peek into a future where AI handles much of the decision-making around framing, composition, and even narrative flow. It could lead to cameras that don't just record light, but actively process and understand the scene, optimizing for audience engagement as you shoot. So what should you be watching for as this tech evolves? The biggest takeaway is that captured video is quickly becoming a malleable, AI-influenced medium. The boundary between what was truly recorded and what was intelligently generated will continue to blur. What to watch for next is how well these generated elements hold up under scrutiny, especially with faces and human movement, and how quickly this more room to move feature moves from specialized tools like Seedance 2.5 into everyday smartphone cameras. Because once it's built directly into your phone's native camera app, that's when it truly becomes ubiquitous.
Imagine capturing a moment, and your phone automatically gives you the perfect vertical and horizontal versions, intelligently filling in the blanks. That's the real future this update hints at, and the implications go far beyond just social media. This kind of spatial and temporal reconstruction opens doors to more immersive experiences, like enhanced virtual and augmented reality content, where real-world footage can be expanded to fill digital spaces more convincingly. It could even be used in security or surveillance to reconstruct wider scenes from limited camera angles. The ability to infer and generate missing visual data from partial information is a foundational step for many advanced AI applications. So, while Seedance 2.5 is focused on making your TikToks look better, the underlying tech is quietly pushing the boundaries of what AI can see and create from existing video. This isn't just about fixing a minor editing inconvenience, it's about fundamentally rethinking how we perceive and interact with recorded reality. And that shift is going to accelerate. The real story behind Seedance 2.5 isn't just that it makes better vertical videos, but that it advances the ability of AI to credibly invent visual information that never existed in the original capture.
It's a powerful tool, both for creative expression and for challenging our assumptions about what's real in a video. As these tools become more sophisticated, the distinction between a camera recording reality and an AI interpreting and expanding upon it will continue to fade. And understanding that difference is going to be more important than ever. So, the next time you're scrolling through your feed and see a perfectly framed vertical video, consider if you're seeing exactly what was filmed or if an AI has had a hand in expanding its reality. Seedance 2.5 is just one example of how AI is quietly reshaping the media we consume every day. This shift from mere recording to AI-powered expansion is going to define the next generation of content creation. It's a fascinating and at times unsettling evolution in how we capture and share our world. The future of video is less about what you point your camera at and more about what the AI decides to show you from that capture. If you want to keep up with these kinds of deep dives into AI and technology and understand what's really happening behind the headlines, make sure you follow Neural Dispatch for more. We cut through the hype to explain what actually matters and what to watch out for next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next breakdown.